Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is introduction for the Godot FPS tutorial series where we're going to build the short game that you saw and complete it from scratch. We'll start with the fundamentals of the player movement, covering the player motion and mouse look mechanics before diving into advanced weapon systems. And you will learn how to implement fire effects, camera shakes, muzzle flashes, and decals. And finally, you will learn how to implement animation save machines and multi-weapon inventory systems. In this video, we're going to create a player controller and implement basic movement. And don't worry, where you're a Godot veteran or you just downloaded the engine 5 minutes ago, you will be able to follow along. So let's create a new project and let's start the work. So we start with an empty project. We create a new folder for organizing the files. Within the field folder as scenes, we create a new scene. Then we create a starting node instead of be a node 3D to be a character body 3D. We press and pick. We'll name this scene player. So a warrior will show up telling us that some collision is missing. Then we're gonna right click a new child node, collision shape 3D. Then this new node, collision shape 3D, will have another warning telling us that there's no shape. So we'll select a shape of type capsule shape 3D because it's the best option for a purpose right now. So now to the collision shape 3D node, we're going to make some adjustment in the Y position. So we will put it to 1 and to make sure that it's aligned with the ground. Then we'll add a new child node that will be a camera 3D. So we'll type camera 3D and select it and the node in the bob. And the final thing that we're going to do is going to the transform of the camera. And then we're going to change also the y-axis. But in this case, we're going to put a 1.8 value. So that means that we'll have the right height so the player can have a vision that is correct. Next, we're going to create the world, the scene. The first thing that we're going to do is save the scene to make sure that we don't miss anything. Then we're going to the scene folder, right click, create new, a scene. We select the option of 3D scene. We're gonna name it world. And we're going to add a new child node that will be of type mesh instance 3D. Then we're going to select this node and we're going to add a mesh of type quad mesh because it will be the terrain. Then we press inside the property of the mesh and we're going to change the orientation property to Y and the size from 1 to 10. Now we're going to add a texture to the ground. For that, we're going to create 2 folders. One folder will be called assets, and then we're going to create a subfolder that will be called images. Inside this folder, images, we're going to pour a grid texture that we're going to use to this node. Then selecting the meshes in 3D, we're going to press under the mesh and we're going to the section surface material right and we're going to create a new standard material 3D. We press into the material. We're going to the all video section and then we put the texture there. Now we're going to rename the mesh instance 3D node into ground. And then we're going to add our playing scene into our world scene so we can play around. Then select the player node, and on the scene icon, you're gonna press it, and then we're going to see the player scene. We're going to make the player visible, so we're gonna add a new inside node that will be outside mesh instance 3D, so we can search it. Then we're going to set some mesh that will be also a capsule mesh, and we're going to modify the transform from 0 to 1 and the axis Y to be at the same level of the collision. And then we're going to set new material, Solar Material 3D. And on the video section, we're going to change the color. Then we're going to press Command S to save our scene. Then we're going to the world scene. And now we should see the player. Now we're going to modify the ground size. So we select the mesh and put it into 40. And now we should have more room. And we're going to set the player a little bit up. Now we're going to make possible that our player can move. And for that, we're going to create a new script. Then first we create a folder that we'll call scripts. And inside this folder, we will create a script that will be called character movement. Then we only need the process function, and we will change the parent class to character retrieve. Then we define the camera node. We define the speed, the reference speed, the jump velocity, the gravity, that will be center gravity, mouse sensibility. Then we go with camera pitch, that will delimit rotation. Then we take if we are on the ground, and if we are not on the ground, we apply the gravity. And then we detect if we're on the ground, we press jump, we apply the jump velocity. Then we apply the direction vector defined by the inputs. Then we get the direction multiplied by our rotation. So we get the actual final rotation. So take if we're running, if we're moving, we apply this velocity to the character body 3D. Otherwise, we go back to the initial velocity. So then we need to apply this movement with the method move and stack. And then we need to run the movement of the camera. We detect is the event is input mouse event button. We apply the rotation in the y-axis. And then we apply the rotation of the camera. And that's it. Basically, that's our code for our character. Now, first, we're going to select the player scene to navigate to the player scene. And we're going to assign the script to the player, the character mover script that we just created. And we're going to assign the camera. So what we need to do now is to configure the inputs that we have not defined yet. In the project setting, we go to project settings, input map. Then we assign the move left, move right, move backward, move forward, jump, and run. So yeah, now we're going to assign the keys for each input. So in the option listening for input, I'm going to put each one that is corresponding to the action. Move forward, Okay. Now that we have defined the inputs, we can go to the world scene. So before we can play around, we need to add some collider. We have mesh, create collision shape, and we will put these settings. Now we should have a collider on the ground. Then we're going to add an environment, world environment as a channel of the world. Then we're going to specify an environment, create an environment. We're not going to add a camera attributes for this time. Then instead of clear color, we wanted to change it to skybox. We wanted to create a new procedural skybox, procedural sky material. So before we try our character, we need to add 2 more lines of code to remove the mouse from the screen with this instruction. Then, and now we can test. We need to add first a directional light to improve illumination. Yeah, I'm gonna rotate it. Maybe add some shadows. I don't know, here. Yeah, here. To adjust the rotation a little bit. Yeah, I think that I'm going to change the resolution of the Windows result of the game to see it bigger. And that's it. We're going to try out. Yeah, so as you can see, you can move around, jump, run, and works properly. Thanks for watching. So now in the next video, we're going to continue with the tutorial and we're going to start implementing the weapons. So see you later.